Okay, so I'll just kind of ask you guys a question, and you guys can each just kind of chime in off each other. Just, I guess, share your own experiences, your own beliefs, kind of however it just flows. But okay, first question, I guess. Um, what was? Oh, I see you're highlighting on. Okay, how? I guess the Miami 10 experience was. How did it like feel to get to come out, like celebrate your hard work, like really just be in a different environment and like celebrate the fact that you have been doing everything that you promised yourself you were going to do?
I'd say one, it was crazy just to like see everyone in person, just from being in the Discord for so long. But yeah, I mean the trip was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like it made me, my party slang, I feel like it made me a bit more hungry just because I want to experience this all the time. You know what I mean? You just being around all these supercars, going to the yacht, just meeting you guys in general, just, I want more of those group of friends in my group.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. It just after that, I was like some crazy motivation. That like the months following that trip have been like the most productive. I've been more locked in than ever. And then obviously just being surrounded with a bunch of people who have the same mindset as you, like that's something completely different from when I got back home. So it's just it was pretty unreal.
Nick?
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. I think it was an absolute blast. I will say what was wild was like how all of us got there and how we all instantly like clicked. Like there was like no shame on anything. Like nobody was like being awkward or anything. Like we all became like a really close group of friends. I think I told you this, Brez. We have like a whole group chat without you that we like text in all the time.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, sorry about that. But it's one of those things where it's like the boys are just the boys, like we're already planning, just this group alone is already planning another trip with us where like maybe we can, I mean, Luke Breslin possibly on that, but like,
What the fuck? No, you exist without me now?
no, but it was sick, dude. And being with everybody and just like getting to experience that side, like all the stuff that you see on YouTube, that is the whole reason you got into it. That was, it was insane, man. It was insane.
I think the other cool thing too is like it was the first time I've been around that many people where we could all actually talk about like marketing, running ads, different things, and like learn from each other. And kind of like see what other people are doing that are successful in the group.
For sure. Oscar just joined, so let's go to Phil and Oscar. And Oscar, the question was, how did it feel to be, kind of, brought out to Miami, celebrated for your hard work, and and then from someone you went from watching and learning from joining the ART to, becoming successful, you could say. What are your thoughts about the Miami 10 trip?
Bam. So I'm not gonna lie, bro, nigga, that shit was like surreal as hell. I traveled the farthest. I had to go like 40 minutes on car. But nah, bro, it was amazing, bro. Like, meeting all the boys. Like Giuseppe was saying, we got mad close. Like, I definitely consider these boys like, brothers. Y'all family. So much love to anybody that's hearing this call. Bro, it was amazing, bro. Seeing Brez pull up, you know what I mean? Like the whole this guy we see on YouTube, and then IRL, like just on some genuine vibe, nigga. That shit was, it was good. It was fire. To be honest, bro, it felt really great. Being celebrated, especially because I don't know what anybody in the Discord goes through. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have like our own like storms we gotta go through, or situations. For example, me, like Brez said in to anybody who's new or whoever doesn't know, I got kicked out of my crib for doing what we do, because I was raised in a very old school Hispanic household where if you don't have a blue collar job or you don't go to college, then you're like a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's not real. Online money isn't real. So I actually got kicked out a week before like the whole Miami like 10 trip happened. Like living in my car, like you guys are boys. Like I literally pulled up to the Miami B&B like with all my shit in my car, like my fucking clothes, my shoes, dirty laundry, like everything was in my car. So you know, it's like that just comes to show. It's like, bro, if you put in the hard work, you're going through the most shittiest shit ever in life, but bro, just keep pushing, bro. Because if I would have quit when they told me to quit because I didn't have a real job, or when they kicked me out, you know, I wouldn't have met, you know, the Miami 10 guys. I wouldn't have met Brez. I wouldn't have met the GOAT Owen. You feel me? So, you know, regardless of what it is that y'all might be going through in life, bro, keep pushing, bro, because, like, that shit's worth it. And hopefully, if, you know, Brez does another Miami 10 event, which, I don't know, he seems kind of iffy after us.
Bro, what?
What?
Yo, bro, definitely put in the work, bro, because it's fun. And, yeah, like Giuseppe said, we're running it back. Brez, you might, I don't know, you might go, you might not go. Owen, you're there, you know what I'm saying? But it was fun.
I'm there.
What happened?
If you guys plan a trip, I'm there.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Oh, yeah. All right, sounds good.
Nick, what are your thoughts, bro?
Well, honestly, not even like the whole like just being in my part was like the best. I would say. I would just say honestly, like now I know like 9 people that all do the same thing as me, and like go up to ask any questions, and then they'll be there right away to help me. Yesterday, I was on the phone call with Giuseppe for like about an hour. We were just talking about some different internal agency stuff. And it's just the fact that I can go and talk to any of these guys and we've already it's the same problem, or not, will come to me or other people and they'll experience that as well. We can kind of help in there. But I mean, obviously being in Miami was probably the best experience. I got to see a little bit of like what our futures can actually come out to and be. So I'd say, yeah, that's pretty much it.
W. And Cube.
Oh, Cube didn't go yet?
To be honest, bro, it just comes down to like your environment is everything. Like that was kind of like my biggest thing. Like I'm in college, of course, and like, you know, coming back from that, it was kind of just like, you know, I'd like look at my roommate and I'd be like, wow, like quite a difference. So I think it really just like motivated me that there's other people in the world doing what we do. Like even if it's not on my college campus, like I still know that there's other people online I could talk to, and then like seeing them all in person was super nice. So I would say like the main thing for me was just learning like my environment is everything, and that's kind of why I'm you know, I'm in the plans of like transferring to like a city where I can like, you know, meet new people as far as like actually, you know, like more real world experience rather than just hanging around like college degenerates, if that makes sense.
Wait, are you
But yeah, it
dropping?
was a great time. Robin?
Are you dropping out?
No, I'm not dropping out. I'm just transferring.
Oh shit.
Not yet.
Yo, Cube, slide over to Dayton, bro. Pull up.
Don't
Yeah,
let
bro.
Cube hold you, bro. He's
Oh,
transferring for WAP, bro. He's running WAP.
Yo, gatekeep that.
Yo, I got my WAP plaque in the mail yesterday. That shit's fire.
W.
All right. Next question. What was like biggest mindset shift you had to go through, put yourself through in order to stay consistent and just like keep your belief? Bet.
All right, man. Good talk.
I was gonna say I mean most people I guess know this. Everybody on like the Miami 10 knows it, but I was working like 9 to 5 for the longest time until literally right before Miami 10. I was doing 9 to 5 the entire time, like working a job all the time. The biggest like mindset shift is that there's everybody who's doing this who's in school, as well as everybody who's doing this while you're at a job. Like it is so hard to wake up early and make calls and work on your business, then go to work and do a job that you absolutely hate to get home and you're like, okay, my day's over. And then you have to work on your company again until like 11 p.m. and then just redo it, right? It's so hard to do that every single day, but you have to like find these like little mini wins in every day. For instance, like if we would have a day where I was working if my job was like 9 to 6 and I would have an hour lunch break. So on my hour lunch break, if I could hit 50 calls, like I would try and do it as fast as possible. So like it would even get to a point where sometimes I got a little bit too deep in the game and I would hang up on people that I probably shouldn't have hung up on. But it's like one of those things where like if you make it a game it turns into this like giant mindset shift for you. But it's so worth it in the end. I mean, now that I'm doing this full time, oh my gosh, bro. I forget who I was talking to it about, but it was one of the boys, and it was literally, it's life changing. Like, it is genuinely life changing. And I promise you, like, grinding it out in that beginning stage when you're either going to school or working full time, if you are grinding it out there, it makes going full time so much better. Like, so much better. It makes it that much more sweet.
Mhm.
Is it true that you had a mimosa at 6 a.m. then went to the gym and closed the deal right after?
You're damn fucking right, dude. Who else?
Bro, as I wake up, as soon as I wake up, fucking Giuseppe, he goes, yo, bro, you want a mimosa? Yeah, fuck it, bro, off rip, bro. As soon as everybody woke up, bro, motherfucker was handing out mimosas, bro.
I'm sorry. We're in a Miami Airbnb with a lagoon and a very well used jacuzzi in the back. You know? And
Yo, look at the chat.
we're in a Miami 10 Airbnb. We have a Lambo out front. We have a Z06. We have a beautiful $40,000 Porsche out front. You know, it's like, why would you not wake up and drink a mimosa? Are you shitting me?
Valid point.
W.
All right, who's next? Mindset.
What's it called? What was the question again? Like, what mindset helps you like keep like stay motivated?
What was like the mindset shift that you had to go through? Like biggest mindset shift you had to go through to like keep your vision clear towards like not the end goal, because obviously none of us are at that yet, but just like
Yeah.
to where you're at now, I guess.
Bro, to be honest, bro, I feel like angry enough, bro. Like, you gotta be angry enough. Like, you gotta genuinely like be hungry as fuck. Like, bro, coming from me, bro, like I come from a third world country, bro. Like, I ain't have shit growing up. Fucking had to, reuse shoes, reuse clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't come from, like, it's just not good, bro. You just gotta be mad about the life that you're living, and like see that there's people that are living a lifestyle way more comfortable and that anybody can achieve it. Like, for example, I don't want to sound materialistic, but bro, I want Lambos, you feel me? I want a big ass like mansion. I love Louis Vuitton. I love like just stuff like that. And like, you got to be hungry and hate your current living situation, not hate your life, because obviously I glory to God every day you wake up, is a blessing, amen to that. But it's like, you just got to be mad, bro. Like, you generally got to be mad like where you're at, and use that anger as like the motivation, because I feel like being angry about where you're at is like such a good thing to have. You know what I'm saying? That might sound kind of toxic, but bro, whoever is angry, bro, stay mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stay mad, stay hungry. You want that car, get the car, you feel me?
You can be angry and upset with your current situation, but you can't change it. You can only change your future.
Exactly, bro. I peeped that, bro. Yo, fucking, we got Shakespeare over here, bro. Yeah, that shit was tough, bro, when I seen that. But what Brett said, bro, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be mad about your current situation to build the, what I'm saying, the bridge to cross over to your future. Add a little sauce right there, you feel me? But yeah, bro, that's my take on that.
For sure.
I think the biggest thing
honestly,
that... Oh, Nick, you want to go?
Now you got it.
All right, yeah. I think like the biggest thing for me is I put myself in a position to get lucky, and that didn't just happen. Like, luck is like gonna come to you, but you have to put yourself in that opportunity. And then another thing is like putting your back against the wall. Like, no plan B, whether that's just like your entire journey in itself, or like literally your first couple clients. Like, when you do like a 2-week free trial, for example, it's like your back is against the wall and you either make or break that account. So it's like, that's when you really learn the best, and that's when you're going to apply the skills the best. And like, even just joining this Discord, like, everybody of course made a payment to get into here. So like, that is kind of like you literally making an oath to yourself to learn everything you can and much more and make it all back. Like, you're putting yourself in a position to do that, right? Like, that's why there's a price on the Discord, because it's like, it's a mindset that like locks you in further than nothing else would. And sometimes I chase that feeling again. So I would say for me, it was like putting myself in the position to get lucky, and also just literally like owing myself no plan B. Like, this was all in, and like, I'm gonna make it back and much more. And that's kind of like what helped me the most, I would say.
Facts. That was like me too. I like dropped out of school and shit. It's like I had no plan. I can relate to that.
Yeah. What I think is honestly is like, I feel like everyone says like they always want to be their own boss, and like they want to run their own company. But then when it actually comes down to actually doing it, they don't know the sacrifices that they have to take by getting up each morning, doing the things that you really don't want to do, staying up late, and also making like really hard decisions with, like, let's say if you have a team, right? You got to make really hard decisions in order to sacrifice to make you get to where you want to be. But honestly, it just all comes down to being like actually disciplined and gotta get up in the morning. You know, when you, let's say you do fail on something, you know, you just gotta, it's a learning improvement. So you just learn and then you go from the next thing. So
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Slim.
My fault. But yeah, I was just gonna say things started to kind of turn around for me when I started to focus on the skills more than the money. Because in the beginning, I was just like, all of my goals were like 5K a month, 10K a month. It was all like monetary goals. But once I really started focusing on the skills and just learning as much as I could, getting the best results for my clients, like the money just comes naturally. And the better you get at what you do, you're going to be able to charge more, you're going to get better results, and the money will come. So I think the shift from just thinking about monetary goals and focusing on everything on that side to actually getting really fucking good at the skill is where things just like start to take off.
I kind of just piggyback off of that. You know, I feel like Brett's always kind of talk about this too, is always kind of focusing on your input, right? Like doing the things that you don't want to do, but you still do it, right? Even if you don't feel the greatest, you feel a little sick, you're still doing it, whether that's doing phone calls, whether that's doing client work, you know, rather than focusing on the money. Like, yeah, maybe I had 3 meetings today, I didn't close them, but the thing is, I'm putting in the work to get those opportunities, right? If I didn't, how would I have learned from the failures and not closing those deals, right? And I feel like changing that mindset is like, let me focus on hitting that 100 calls per day, right? Or doing whatever that may be when it comes to outreaching to help you, you know, help your skill, to scope your skill a bit more. I feel like the input is what really matters, even if you don't get the 10K goal right away.
Yeah. I would say similar to what Giuseppe was saying. I worked like the same day job for the past like 2 years, and then right around like 3 months before Miami 10, I quit my job. And like before that, the whole time it was just so hard to like juggle that work and obviously this, just because I was working till like 9 and 10 at night, and just like that's kind of when you get a lot of your calls in, is either like in the morning or at night when your clients aren't at work and stuff. So it was pretty hard to like juggle, as well as like my agency's full stack, so we do videography as well. Where obviously like if I'm at a day job, I can't go to shoots and stuff like that. But I was like patient and waited until like I actually knew that I could get out of my job and like learned everything I needed to learn and put the work in when I had the time. And once I finally like quit my job, it was just so rewarding because, you know, obviously you don't have to juggle all your time like I was, and being able to just put all my effort into this is just so much better, and like mentally just so much better. And obviously making more money because we're able to put all of our time into it. So that was like the biggest shift for me, was just like finally being able to quit that job, because I just was hating doing both and just hated that job in general. So
Good answers, y'all. Good answers.
All right. Next question. Everyone share, I guess, first thing that comes to mind, like what your favorite struggle has been so far.
I don't struggle, bro.
For me,
Bro,
for me,
damn, that was a hard point, but like I got through it, and now I really appreciate that I went through that.
yeah, I think for me it was closing calls. Like to this day, every single closing call gets a little bit better, but I think the psychology of convincing somebody to make a payment virtual over a phone that you never spoke to before is the coolest thing in the world. And I think like the psychology of that is so cool. Being not like, I don't want to say manipulating, but more just like convincing them, and you know, certain touch points to make, and like when to go for the soft close, and like subconsciously they don't even realize what you're doing behind the call, but you know, they're just slowly following the roadmap of like getting nurtured into actually making that payment and realizing that they have pain points. And I think like really understanding that and getting good at the psychology of that allows you to like charge way more, be way more confident, and overall like every closing call you can close because you learn that skill and it's like the psychology of it. And then that like kind of transitions to like personal life stuff, like trying to like convince my friends not to spend money. Like that's a psychology thing that came from the closing calls. So like I think for me it was a struggle, and it's still a struggle. Like I'm still not great at closing calls, but like it just is so fun to like slowly progress that. And then like today I got a 5K PIF because I just slowly built up that like, you know, that closing call, and just doing the, you know, experience of it and the repetition of it. It allows me to pitch way more. And like, I'm sure the next call I'll pitch for even more because it's like slowly moving up in that way. So for me, I would say like the psychology of closing calls.
Nice. W5K pit.
Yep.
Let me hold $1, big bro.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of go off of that as well. I loved, so the jobs that I worked were sales jobs, and I've always loved like sales in general. I think the biggest thing I've struggled with though was like the time blocking aspect, right? So there's a lot more than I realized that goes into this. I thought like, oh, okay, I just call a couple people, say I want to run your ads, and then next thing you know, I am in their Facebook and running ads, and I make like 3 pictures and call it a day. But in reality, like there's so much more that goes into running like an actual business, like all of the templates that you have to set up, all of the different like scripts that you're using, tracking everything that you're doing, where the money's coming in, like everything that goes into it. I just kind of like side brushed in the beginning because we were more focused on the outreach. But the biggest struggle for me has been efficiently like time blocking everything to only focus on like actual revenue generating activities. So only RGAs every single day. It's like, okay, what can I do today that's going to make my business better, but also make my business money? And so the only like hack that I found for that was, I mean, if you guys saw my Google Calendar, like it is blocked out to a T. Like I have a 30-minute lunch break that I give myself every single day. I have like my gym session in the morning, and then right after I have like a 15-minute like meditation or walk or prayer that I do. Like it's all time blocked in there. I even have like out of office. Now, am I actually out of office? No, but it's one of those things where like I have to time block that for myself. And I think that that helps people as well. Like if you go into your Google Calendar and just time block stuff, you'll start getting notifications on your phone about like, hey, you have to do this in 30 minutes. You have to do this in 15 minutes. And it just keeps you like focused on only doing what is like pushing your actual business forward instead of focusing on like, oh, I want to rebrand my logo, or I want to go look at Amazon for 3 hours and try and find merch, you know? So that's been like the biggest help for me on that struggle.
Honestly, this might sound crazy, but cold calling, right? I used to hate, like right away when I started, I used to hate cold calling, and I was brutal, constantly getting hung up on, not knowing what to say when someone would give you an objection. But now after I've like, I mean, granted, I'm no pro whatsoever at cold calling, but now after I've kind of figured out like kind of what to say, it's actually kind of fun, and it's like almost rewarding. Like as soon as you get that person booked onto the meeting, like it's like a prize pretty much, because now you get to go on and actually try to sign them on for money. So I think honestly, just being able to actually like understand the process of sales and be able to work through someone on the phone with your first time ever even talking to the person, and then go ahead and booking them to a meeting. So kind of relating what Cube said, but I just think cold calling is absolutely a blast now. So
Yeah, for me, I think it was just kind of making sacrifices and being disciplined, because I'm at college, so I'm constantly surrounded by like a bunch of degenerates and being pulled in a ton of directions to go drink on weekdays and do a bunch of things that aren't going to push the needle. So in the beginning, it was kind of hard to say no all the time and consistently stay disciplined when I had all these other things that obviously are probably more fun than sitting at a computer or cold calling. But I think when I started kind of making those sacrifices and being able to stay disciplined and say no to things like that, it definitely was a big struggle that helped me kind of move everything forward a lot quicker.
Yeah, and to kind of to piggyback off, I think with Nick is the whole cold calling aspect. I think just learning sales in general is just fun, right? Because obviously when we first start, we fucking suck. Well, at least I suck, right? I sucked at sales. I was like nervous while talking on the phone. I bombed a lot of cold calls. It was horrible, and I said the stupid shit. I said things I shouldn't have said, right? But I think just learning how to convince people and even to get them on that meeting is like my favorite struggle, and learning to objection handle and just kind of having fun with it, making jokes, like kind of how Smith is, just make jokes, have fun with it, talk to them like they're your friend. And I think that's was my favorite struggle that I've learned so far when it comes to cold client. Now, of course, the building aspect of a business, right? The systems you need in place, the tracking, kind of what Giuseppe was talking about as well.
I would say for me, at the beginning, it was like a confidence thing when I switched over to lead gen, for like closing calls or just like in general. And once I got like the experience and like my actual confidence of knowing that I can get people results, especially like higher ticket niches, and like understanding that it's not as scary as it seems, like talking to these bigger business owners or like these different companies and stuff like that. That just like made everything so much easier when like I know that I can get someone results. Obviously, you can be a lot more confident on a sales call and not feel like you're not actually going to get them results. So yeah, just like an experience and confidence thing really helped.
For sure.
Sure.
Where'd Oscar go?
Was that everyone?
Where'd Oscar go? Did he leave?
He went AFK.
Okay. But yeah, we're gonna go on the next question here. Something that I feel like a lot of people kind of struggle with, so I think this is a good question to ask y'all. Did y'all feel ready before signing clients, or did you kind of just wing it and learn on the way, learn on the go?
Definitely.
Wing that shit.
Yeah, I thought I was ready, but my first client, I low-key sent his clothing brand out of business. So
Well, I'll answer this one too. My first ever client, I barely knew, like, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't at the same time, because like I had ran ads for my own brand, but like doing it for someone else felt so intimidating. But I think the biggest thing is just action over planning, rather than trying to like create the perfect plan for a client, for your first client. Like just getting in there and just doing it and just taking action and just like learning through the experience is much more important than trying to create the perfect plan.
Mm.
Yep. Y'all take notes on that. You
Yeah,
gotta wing it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say, I think I told the boys about this. I definitely told Perez about this, but I signed 3 clients before I even joined the Discord, and like I hadn't even like been in like an ads management. Like, we didn't even have like, a portfolio set up. We were just like, yeah, we can run your ads. Like we know what we're doing. We can do it. And then we signed. Don't do this. Like don't do that. But I mean, I signed 3 clients before even like knowing how to do marketing, right? And then I got the course and learned how to do it while we had those 3 clients. So that was definitely wing it. Definitely wing it. Just call people a lot, all the time, and somebody's going to say yes. Everybody needs marketing.
Yeah. I winged it too. I mean, my first clothing brand client, we sold out his drop with like a 3.5 ROAS, and my first lead gen client is now my whale, who's a 20K a month retainer, and I had never ran lead gen or anything before running their ads. So
Boom. Yeah. 20K retainer, guys. Gotta lock in.
My first client was actually my mom, and like what that did for me is I signed her as a client. I was marketing for her for like a week, and then I came across Brez, and that's when I went forward with it. So like I kind of already had that skill underneath my belt, but I wanted to like progress more. And I think that so many people overlook family, friends, and like your own web at the moment. Like when you have no clients, like there is no reason you shouldn't be reaching out to every single person that you know that owns a business, because they're so much more likely to give you a shot. And like even if, let's say, you don't get great results for them, like I hate to say this, but there's other fish in the sea, and like you will learn the skills from that. And like yeah, you might burn a couple $100, but it's going to be something that is going to be a skill that like you can keep forever. And you kind of have to go through that experience. And like going back to my like point before, it's putting yourself in a position to like you have to make it work, right? So like if it's a family friend, that's even more pressure than somebody you don't know, which kind of puts you in that position where it's like, okay, fuck it, like I'm gonna make this work. And you have the courses there, so it's like you would be stupid if you didn't make it work, you know?
Facts.
Yep. Okay, W. All right, and this is a little question for Brez. A lot of y'all are asking about the Miami 10, when's there going to be a next one, kind of things like that, right? I guess, Brez, what gave you the idea to start the Miami 10?
Oh yeah. Bro, I think someone said it earlier. I can't remember who it was. I think maybe Cube. Environment is everything, bro. And that's like one of the biggest lessons I've taken away from the life experience I've had in the last couple of years is like, people are everything in this life, you know, like that's the point of life, even outside of business, is like relationships and just like people and just like enjoying time with the right people. And I think it also everyone even said like it put a different perspective on things to be able to meet people that they know over Discord. And it definitely did for me too, you know, like people who are joining this program, paying me money, asking me questions, just to then be able to meet them on like a personal level was super, super cool. As far as the next one, the only reason we haven't announced it is because we're working on the shift for the ERT, and I don't want to announce a new meetup before that's done, which is going to be very soon. And just know, like, I think y'all will be blown away with what we've been working on and what's to come out with like the new evolvement. Like everybody in this call right now is going to be able to benefit from it, and it's going to be super, super sick. So once that's like out, said, done, finalized, then we'll announce a new like meetup. But yeah.
Okay, bet. All right, let's go ahead and move on to kind of the next topic, you could say, which is kind of client acquisition. You know, I guess a question for y'all is, what niche, like what was your starting niche, and when did you decide to switch to something else that provided like better results? And like, did you niche down early or like test multiple niches at once when you started? And yeah.
I might be the only one that hasn't switched niche. I started doing clothing brands from the very beginning, and I just kind of stuck with that. But within kind of clothing brands, I niched down to kind of a certain group of clothing brands within that, and that's helped a ton. And it's like a bunch of community of like brand owners that all know each other. So a lot of my clients are just kind of referrals from each other, just from getting one of them good results. So I stuck to kind of e-com and clothing brands, but niche down within that.
Yeah, now my first client was a clothing brand. Actually, I got him off of Reddit, it's a funny story how I got him off of Reddit. But I definitely have switched niche to lead gen. It's just e-commerce. They're just pain in the ass. I'm be honest. I just don't like working with e-commerce, even though I do have some e-commerce people hit me up. I just like lead gen. I just like lead gen. And I don't niche down to anything. Anything that I could run ads for, I'm gonna do it. You know, I don't think we should just niche down to just plumbers or just tinters, whatever it may be, right? Some people might want to do it. At least for myself, I like to do everything.
What about you, Keelan?
Yeah, I started in clothing brands and then I switched to lead gen. And yeah, my first client is actually a door-to-door sales company. They're like nationwide, like 1,000+ reps, and that was when I first started running lead gen. And then from there, we like explored out with like car detailers and pressure washers and kind of like some lower ticket guys, just to, like get more experience and more results. And then kind of realized like it's a good like first step to just get experience, but there's not really too much money to be made in those types of niches, just because like you can only make them so much money with their lower ticket services. So now it's just basically anything that's going to be higher ticket. Like once you guys get experience, I definitely recommend, just because you can obviously make them more money, and in return you get more money.
Me, I started with e-com with my mom as a client, and then I kind of signed a bunch of clothing brands and got really good at like the ad manager stuff, but that wasn't really making me any money. Then I moved over to lead gen, but I started with low ticket clients in the beginning. Like I signed a bunch of landscapers, car detailers, really just anybody I can charge for like $450. That was kind of like my base pricing for those low ticket ones. Once I built up like enough income, I could like, from cold calling, doing that, I then kind of branched into SMS. And for that, I really targeted more on those higher ticket niches. So like roofing, custom homes, flooring, deck building, kind of those types of niches. And what I realized then is those people could really help me scale because they had the budget. So like an average job for a custom home builder is like $300K. So it's like bringing that into an ad budget, they would be stupid not to spend at least like 300 or 400 a day. So that allowed me to scale way more, and they could, obviously pay the higher retainers rather than just a bunch of low ticket, landscapers. But I would say, like, if you're moving into lead gen, like, start with those low ticket clients, like, learn the skills of just client acquisition in general, like, do a couple 2-week free trials just so you get good at the ad manager. Then from there, like, build out repeatable systems where, like, your money will work for you. So, like, whether that's running ads for yourself or doing SMS or, like, hiring cold callers, which I would be against that, but, that's a thing that you can do. Then from there, it's, like, signing bigger deals with higher ticket clients, because that's really how you, like, scale as a lead gen company, rather than, like, just, trying to sign a bunch of super low ticket clients, because then you're going to do all the work but not get paid for it, if that makes sense.
Love that. Absolutely, pretty much the same way. We started like health and wellness niche. We still are health and wellness. I say we because I started with one of my buddies. He's my co-founder, but we started health and wellness niche. When we first started, the first 3 clients we signed were a supplement company, an apparel company, and a gym. The gym was lead gen. The supplement company obviously was e-com, and then same thing with the apparel company. We wanted to test out like which one we were going to be best at. Safe to say, lead gen was by far the easiest. The supplement company that we have probably only got a couple months left with that guy. He's not too happy. The apparel company is pretty much the same way, but that one it's just like all these profit margins and everything. Like, we're getting him good results, but it's nothing like crazy. It's just a lot harder for us to go in and set up everything and actually track everything than it is for a lead gen client. It's very, very easy for lead gen. So now we're mainly working with just gyms, and then a little bit of sauce that I guess I can kind of leak on here, is that with apparel companies, when we're running their ads now, we focus them on lead gen to get influencers for like free marketing. And that has done very, very well. For instance, they fill out like a lead form, they get an automated text that says, hey, if you want to be a part of this, influencer program, if you want to be an athlete with us, then you have to buy this bundle. And then those people go and buy a bundle and they become an athlete. It gets shipped to their house with like a sticker and a little badge that says you're an athlete. And then you post about it, right? So then you get a bunch of free marketing videos, a bunch of free UGC. And yeah, that's what we've been running now. It's like only lead gen. Our e-com side is unbelievably hard. So yeah, we stayed there.
Fire. Is that everyone?
Nick?
Yeah. So I started off with lead gen, and I'm still doing lead gen. But I mean, everyone kind of covered everything. But I essentially just started with like those lower ticket niches. I was kind of moving all the way, like kind of just doing whatever that would come my way at first with kind of like what Seb was saying. But now I've kind of only kind of narrowed it down to only like home service based businesses, because like kind of what Cube said is that they pay the most and they're willing to actually like work with you. They're willing to have more of an investment in there, so they're not ready to just flake if stuff kind of goes bad. Kind of like the same thing with us with this Discord, is that we had an investment in here, so we're ready to kind of figure it out. Same with them. If they put a lot into their actual ad spend and kind of what they're paying you monthly to run their ads, they're going to be more willing to actually work with you. So they're not kind of just going to flake off and just kind of give up after the first month, or if you have a contract with them, whatever. But those guys, it's just a proven fact, kind of just what Cube said, is like you can easily scale those bigger clients and also get paid a lot more doing it, and they can make a lot more money because obviously they're a higher ticket niche.
Fire. All right, next question. Do you have a fear of underperforming for your clients?
Oh yeah. Like, it's one of those things where, we have everything like set up. We have a system that we run and it always performs great. But it's one of those things where it's like, we're always, I guess it's not necessarily a fear of underperforming. It's a fear of like saying, yeah, dude, I want to do better for this client. Like, you guys have to think about it. And maybe it's because I'm old and my frontal lobe is fully developed here, but like, you are helping these businesses not shut down. You know what I mean? Like, these businesses that you're helping with leads, they're surviving from you. Like you're bringing them revenue, right? So you're helping them not shut down. It's the same thing that Brez does for us. Like he's teaching us marketing so we can start our business and live a life that we've always dreamed of. These people started a business. You are helping bring them clients so they can live a life they've always dreamed of, right? So yeah, I would say like I'm always scared of, you know, letting people down in a sense of just like not doing my absolute best. Like it's gotten to a point where like if I wake up at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning, like I'm going straight to the ads manager, checking everything. Like you have to, and it's almost like fun that way because there's a lot of people out there that they're relying on you, you know, and like you have to understand that as a marketing company that yes, can you make a lot of money doing it? Yeah, but you only make a lot of money when you make other people a lot of money, right? So keep just like focusing on that side, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all to have like a fear of, you know, underperforming or a fear of losing a client because you didn't get them the best possible scenario, because that's what makes the best entrepreneurs as well.
I think the biggest thing for that for me is I make sure everybody everybody understands my position when I sign them as a client. Like they understand that I'm going from the local college approach. I use that as my leverage. So they kind of understand that I'm a college student. So I make sure that they understand that like I'm busy and whatnot, but like they're still my main focus. So what I kind of do for that is like, even if I'm not getting good results for them, I will be making sure that I am communicating that I'm not getting great results for them, right? Like I think communication is huge, and like yes, there's that pressure of not performing for them, but they're taking a shot on you. So it's like if they obviously could be signing with way bigger agencies, but they want somebody that's more personal. So communication is like your biggest, I guess, way to keep these clients happy, right? Like there's been people that have paid me for those monthly retainers, even if I didn't even get them any leads, just because they like my communication and like they like that I'm like hungry and like I'm trying new things and I'm coming to them with ideas for their business because that's what they want. That's what they're paying you for. So I would say yes, like that pressure sometimes gets scary and like adds up. But if you're communicating with them, even if you're not getting good results, it's going to keep your clients long term, and like you're going to get paid way more, and you're going to build those relationships, and referrals will come in, and it's a whole web from there. But I would say like communication is huge. So yeah,
I would
That's
say
something
definitely like what Cube said. Sorry, Slim. Definitely what Cube said, but also just like at the beginning, like expectations, like that it might not be exactly what they want, or like it might take a little longer than expected, and we don't know until we test and try different things. So like not setting an expectation that they're gonna make $1 million in the first month, and just like communicating that it could go one way or the other, but we're gonna do everything we can to, you know, get them the best results. So like, yeah, that's definitely helped me. So then if we don't get them the best results, they know that we already talked about that and that we can try different things before just being like, hey, you promised me like 4x in the first 2 weeks. Like that's why we don't do huge guarantees or anything like that, just because shit happens, you never know.
And I think, you know, oh, my bad.
Good.
Go
I
ahead,
was gonna
Slay.
say,
Go ahead, Slay.
yeah, like once again, like being as transparent as possible with your clients is the biggest thing. Like I've had clients who weren't getting the best results, but I'll hop on a call with them once a week and we'll like break down the ad manager. I'll show them these different ads have a good hook. This one has a good hold. This one's converting. Like kind of showing them where the funnel's breaking, so they kind of are able to learn how to make better ads, what part of it's not working, and then just kind of working with them, showing them exactly what's going wrong, how to fix it, and being as transparent as possible helps them learn how to make better content, better ads, and then once they see the performance go up, they'll know that you actually had a hand working with them to get those results better, and they kind of understand that when things aren't going good, what exactly is the reasoning behind that. It's not just, oh, I'm giving this guy money and nothing's coming back and he's not even talking to me. So I think just constant communication is huge.
Right, and I think just showing them that you're doing everything you can also builds that relationship, right? Communication is key, but I think your actions will prove it, right? Oh, this guy did research on the competitors and he's trying to implement it here, or he's going out his way to do X, Y, and Z to help my business. Like, yes, it's not working right now, but at least I'm seeing him, you know, bringing up all these good ideas. Hey, try this. Hey, we should do this. I need this type of creative. And I think it's like a sibling to communication is the actions you put in. Because of course, my biggest fear is that the ads stop working, right? Or I'm losing the money. Because one thing about me, I take very pride. I don't want to waste, my clients' money. I always tell them, I don't want to waste the money. That's why, if something's going wrong, I pause it, I rework it, and I come to you, I communicate to you how it could be better, right? And I think that builds the best relationship with clients, and people always love that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm absolutely terrified every single time, but what I kind of do that kind of helps me not worry about not providing them with like that results that I told them is that like I always kind of make them at least sign some sort of contract for at least 2 to 3 months where if stuff doesn't really working out the first couple weeks or the first month, I know what I can do differently for like the next 2 months to actually get them the results that I promise them. And I also don't do like crazy guarantees like we're going to get you 30 leads in 30 days or like 30 leads in 2 days because like I don't like to guarantee something that we don't know what the actual outcome could be. So I mean that's kind of what lowers my risk for actually having like angry clients, so to say. But I know everyone does it a little bit different, but I mean that's kind of what I do.
All right. Is that everyone? I think so. All right. Last little question I got to wrap it up. What do most people not want to hear but need to?
You're a pussy.
Oh shit.
Like it comes down to like how bad you want it, like there's so many people that will be like, dude, I just can't, like I have school or I have work. But it's like, bro, like how bad do you want it? Like you can make it work, bro. Like everybody in here has a story. Giuseppe came from a 9 to 5. I'm in school, like still in school. Like so many people are in those same situations, but they're making it work because they're not being a pussy. And I'm not saying I'm not a pussy because sometimes I am a pussy, but like really what it comes down to is like, bro, like nobody's gonna do it for you. Like don't be a pussy about it. But I do have a call in a minute, so W call guys, and I hope somebody got inspiration from this.
Appreciate you coming on, Cube.
Hey, Cube.
Sure, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Later.
Dude.
Yeah, like it's not gonna come to you. Basically, what Cube was saying, like it really just comes down to how bad you want it and if you're gonna make it happen or not. Because just chilling and doing school or going to work and playing video games and chilling's not gonna get you where you want to be.
Yeah, I saw on kind of one of those clips that Brez was posting about that 9 to 5 versus him, like that talk. It was like the steps are easy. Like if you just put in the work and do what you know you have to do every day, it's eventually going to work out. Like for my first 8 months, I barely made anything, but I knew that I had to keep putting in the work, and during those 8 months, I wasn't putting as much effort as I knew I could. So it kind of comes down to once again that discipline I was talking about. Now I go to a class, come back, and I'm still getting back from class, no matter if it's like 7 p.m., I'm still putting 5-6 hours in every single day. So it's just you got to make the sacrifices and do what you need to do, no matter how you feel.
I just feel like you gotta stop being a bitch. My bad, Nick, but I just feel like you just gotta stop being a bitch and just do it. Because there's kids out here younger than you making more money than you ever could think of you can make, right? So I feel like once you realize that I'm being a bitch right now, at fucking 15-year-old, I'm fucking over here 24, is making more money, I'm gonna start putting in more work and focus on the input, kind of what I was talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, I agree fully with that. I think my biggest thing on this is always like, dude, it's just about the reps of actually doing it, and just being disciplined with it. Everybody says you have to fall in love with the grind, and you genuinely do. It's one of those things where you can't just wake up and be like, oh, I'm gonna make 10 calls today, or I'm gonna make 20 calls today. I had somebody DM me the other day, and they were like, hey man, I'm having trouble closing my first client. And I said, well, how many calls are you making? And they said 20 to 30. And that's all fine and dandy. But you have to remember, when we were calling, I was calling 150 plus. My business partner was calling 150 plus every single day. And we were sending out at least 50 DMs a day. It's one of those things. It's all about just repetition, and actually doing it. Because even if you don't see the results in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, I promise you, sales is so weird where you won't hit quota or your quota for the first couple of weeks and you're struggling and you're I don't know why I'm not hitting quota. And you put up the same numbers next week and you end up closing 6 clients in 1 week, right? So it all is about just doing it every single time and actually like going through with the process, because that's what's going to reward you instead of just like getting a little bit discouraged, getting down on yourself, saying that you can't do it. I don't know if you guys saw, but in this Discord, there was literally like a 13-year-old the other day who closed somebody on a retainer. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're older than 13, you can clearly do it because he's 13 and doing it, right? So it's that simple. Like, you know, it's possible. Go look at the big wins column. This is like the biggest eye opener for me when I joined Brez's Discord, was like, Brez is just the one posting about it, dude. There's people in the Discord that like no like pocket watching, but there's probably people in the Discord that make more than Brez, you know, that just don't post about it. They're just living their lives. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where like you guys have to remember there are so many people out there doing this. One in every like I think it's like 10 or 11 people in the US is a millionaire. Like look up the statistic. One in every like 10 or 11 people in the US is a millionaire. So you're telling me you can't beat out 11 people? Like it's as simple as just doing the actual work.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing you said, getting the reps, I think it's like we can all agree sales is confidence. And in order to build that confidence, like it just takes repetition. Simple as that.
I also had a question. I heard that somebody on this trip got like sponsored by Red Bull. I didn't know if that was true or not.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, get set, people.
I just want to know, but no worries.
Yeah, big cash flow coming in every month.
I don't think Brez knows. Brez definitely doesn't know that one.
Yeah.
I mean, the hot tub was really cool too, though.
Okay.
Yo, what?
Yeah, Oscar might be able to get a sponsor after that performance.
Yeah, dude.
Yo.
They
We might
want
have to. We might have to hit up the dead ass, bro. They sent a message to Giuseppe saying that, oh my god, such amazing guys.
You guys were amazing there. I was like, oh, so the cameras don't work, I guess.
Bro, because there was literally a camera pointing straight to the jacuzzi, bro. I know they got my ass.
I mean, you're probably on the dark web, bro.
Literally got your ass.
Jem says that he misses you guys and not to forget about him.
Never.
That's
Yeah.
It's the GOAT, dude.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to throw in to wrap
Don't
it
forget
up?
about Serb.
I pinged him. Yeah, I think he's in different time zones, so it might be cooked.
I think he's sleeping, honestly.
Probably sleeping.
Bro, I remember he fell on me when I jumped off the yacht, bro. That shit was crazy.
That was so funny. Oh my god. I thought that was it. I was like, well, there goes Seth.
Bro, he's like 200 pounds. No, bro. I was going up the water, bro. I just see a 200-pound guy just fall on me, dog.
Yeah, I don't think any of us realized how big the yacht was going to be. And then we jumped off. Seb jumps off the boat, and I turn around in the water, and I just see a 250-pound non-American man landing on me. And that was it. I was like, there it goes.
Oh, I missed the accent.
Dude, I do too.
All right, fellas.
I miss you guys.
We'll all get back together, dude. We're going to Europe here soon. Brez, get your passport ready.
I've got my passport sitting inside. I'm with it.
Let's go, bro. Send me a picture and your social security number.
All right.